Okay, so where were we? Our last one, number 8, miracles. Miracles are not just performed to bring healing, deliverance, and breakthrough for someone, but also to show those who flat out don't believe or have trouble, because sometimes people have trouble believing that God is who he says he is and can do and will do all that he says he can do. This reveals something about God's heart, character, and his love for us. Okay, we're going to go to John 11:41 through 43 in the NIV version. And it reads thusly: So they took away the stone. Then Jesus looked up and said, Father, I thank you that you have heard me. 42, I knew that you always hear me, but I said this for the benefit of the people standing here, that they may believe that you sent me. 43, when he had said this, Jesus called in a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. Come out in the NIV, but come forth in the KJV. Okay? When God gives you a miracle, you should always seek to understand what God is showing and speaking to you and those around you. So specifically this miracle, the delay in Jesus, because we all know the story about how Jesus was delayed in his coming to Lazarus' house. He heard that Lazarus was sick. If you read John 11, you'll see he heard Lazarus was sick and things like that. He was out ministering, and then the word got to him that Lazarus had died, and he wept because Lazarus was his friend. Okay, Lazarus, Mary, and Martha, who were his sisters, they were all friends of the Christ. So he had a human feeling. It's normal. That's why when people are grieving and things, let them grieve. Let them go through their process, because it's a normal thing. It's not a sin to do so. And don't say that they need to be strong. They need to be as strong as they can possibly be in that moment so they don't get stuck. But they don't need to be strong as to bear other people's grief along with the grief that they're experiencing. So I need for people to think before they speak when it comes down to people who are going through a grieving process or going through a loss, and they have to, they're trying to get themselves together or gather themselves, collect themselves from a loss. But my point wasn't that. I don't know why I went there, but I went there. Maybe it's because it's so many people leaving and transitioning from earth to glorious places. Prayerfully, everybody is going to a glorious place. A lot of times, some people, unfortunately, won't be. And it's for various reasons. One, the main thing, the big S word, sin. Point blank, period, sin. It separates you from God. He doesn't look on sin. That's why when Jesus was being crucified, he said, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? In that moment, God did not forsake him. But Christ was taking on sin at the moment his blood was being shed. He was takes the sins of the world for generations to come. His blood has covered our sin. So even when God looks at us, he doesn't look at us through just straight to us. He looks at us through the blood of his son, Christ. It's something. It's really something. But anyway, sidetracked again. Y'all know how I get. I'm sorry. Bear with me. But anyway, this is the last one. Miracles. Number 8. And many times miracles are not just for us to be healed, set free, delivered, experience breakthrough in an area of our lives, but it's for those around us to see the power of God, to see his goodness, and to know that he is real and that he's living and he does move and he does work and he's not a fake God. Our God is not a fake God. Our God is not a fake God. Like my grandma used to say back in the day, I would never serve a God that I couldn't feel sometime. How do we feel him? My grandpa used to say, he said, I could feel him in my hands. I could feel him in my feet. I could feel him all over me. What Jeremiah said, he said, it's like fire. Shut up in my bones. The quenching, the unction, not the quenching, but the unction, the quickening, the force, the Holy Spirit that causes us to feel God's presence, causes us to identify that God is close by and near. Boy, oh boy. It just does my heart good. I hope it does your heart good. But this was it. This was all, guys. So we have 8. Let me get my rusty, trusty book. Hold on. We had 8 of these wonderful, wonderful ways that God speaks to us. 1, through his word. 2, being led by the Holy Spirit, his Holy Spirit of truth. 3, from outside sources, be it minister, prophet, etc., or someone biblically sound and wise in counsel. 4, dreams and visions. 5, he speaks audibly to us as if we're having a conversation like this one now. Through our desires and passions, those things that we're gifted and called to, pretty much. 7, by opening doors and opportunities to us to show his goodness to other people, and to stay aligned with his will. That's a way to speak to us. And also, lastly, number 8, miracles. Yes, miracles. And I believe in miracles. I know he's a miracle and prayer answering God, miracle working God, and a prayer answering God in my own life. Because he has healed me. Yes, he has. And I'm thankful and I'm grateful for it. Y'all just don't understand. Those who know. And those who don't, just know that God is a healer. He's a healer. I'm a living witness. And he can do anything but fail. He can do anything but fail. And he can do anything but lie. He can't lie. And his word will never return unto him void. I love you like cook food. Enjoy your weekend. See you. Peace.